car is not just a car. It's a
Member
it's
of the
something.
family.
It's a member of the family.
Yeah.
But when it goes into service or it goes to a third party, it is just another car. There are millions of those on the road. They don't care. They want to get the car in to the service, out of service as soon as possible. The first 2 or 3 years is vital that you take it to a authorized service center
Because
if
it's
you-
free.
It's not free, by the way.
Okay.
Hello,
Okay.
new car owner. I am telling you,
Okay.
it's not free. I'll tell you what is free also. What you need to understand is that if you do not take your car to the first 3 services at least, if not more, they void your warranty.
So my question to you is, does the OEM service center still hold the position of trust that it used to
No.
hold?
No.
Or as far as I'm concerned, like I would rather send it to somebody who I know personally
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not?
to get things done, because
Like going forward, I think one of my cars is going to a unauthorized service center because of the simple fact that
which one?
because of the simple fact that I can see what is happening. Ford, I don't remember. Ford also never used to have parts, but once Ford went away from India, the parts came into the market automatically.
Hello and welcome to Connecting Rod, your one-stop destination for everything automotive, where we try to address the problems of you as a car owner, enthusiast, and try to bring you the niche solutions that you otherwise don't hear about in the mainstream. Today we're talking about something very, very close to all of our hearts, and that is aftercare. You've already bought a car, you own a car, dealerships, service networks. That is a conversation that we're having today because we have lots of stories to tell you. And I think a perfect place to start is with Rahul, who's recently got a car back from service and has some very, very interesting stories to tell.
So, Didi, we'll start with the basic thing because to cut a long story short, this week we're going to talk about service and service woes and service positives.
And ownership in general.
Ownership in general, right? Service is an essential part of the business,
Yeah.
is what you have to understand. See, dealerships don't earn money just out of selling cars. The business is also to get those cars back to service.
That is a very, very critical
Right.
point that you've brought
Right.
up.
So that's why it is vital for a dealership to give you a good experience so that you come back. And as mentioned by you, I have some interesting stories to sell this year. But for the past many years, I haven't had any stories to tell because there was nothing to
No,
share.
or as a personal account, yeah, for
Yes,
sure. But
right.
I'm sure that, like us being in the industry, we are constantly hearing about service centers, about local mechanics, about the various levels of aftercare. Now, we are people who really love our cars.
Yes.
Okay, and we always want the best happening with our cars, whether it's happening in front of us or we are entrusting it with someone.
no. See, Didi, the thing is that you have to understand that for us, the car is not just a car. It's a
Member
it's
of the
something.
family.
It's a member of the family.
Yeah.
But when it goes into service or it goes to a third party, it is just another car. There are millions of those on the road. They don't care. They want to get the car in to the service, out of service as soon as possible.
Correct.
Right? Now, the thing we should talk about first is that what is the positive of a authorized service center?
Okay.
That is where we should start.
Okay.
Simply because of the fact that we don't want you guys to make a mistake and buy a brand new car, take it to a outstation, outside service center guy, get your oil changed. No, because the first 2 or 3 years is vital that you take it to a authorized service center
Because
if
it's free.
It's not free, by the way.
Okay.
Hello,
Okay.
new car owner. I am telling you,
Okay.
it's not free. I'll tell you what is free also. What you need to understand is that if you do not take your car to the first 3 services at least, if not more, they void your warranty. So if your car is not serviced, is not stamped, doesn't have a service history, and the plus point here is that you can take it to any service center across the country. Like say today if I buy a car, like say today example I buy an Alto in Calcutta and I drive down immediately to Delhi, my first service should be somewhere around Kanpur.
Yeah.
I can take it to Kanpur and get it serviced there, no problem. So the computerized service history is retained. So then when I reach Delhi, it will be due for its
Yes,
second
second
service.
service.
So you come and service it in Delhi. So that is something which is okay.
Yeah.
But the problem arises when your car starts aging. And by aging, I mean aging by years.
Okay.
So if you consult your owner's manual, you will see there are multiple facets there. The first are some delicate words, alphabets actually. It says I and R. R means replacement.
Okay.
Now you will see that, say for example, the timing belt. Let's not get there because timing belt is a lot of kilometers. Let's say the fan belt. If you see your owner's manual, you will say at around 50,000 kilometers, they say R, which is replace. That is what you should definitely do.
Okay.
Okay, but you will see at 40,000 onwards, 40,000 kilometer service, 50,000 kilometer service, you will see I written there. That means inspect and replace if necessary. So depending on how your car has been maintained, you can change it at that interval.
Yeah.
But anything before that should not be necessary if your car has been well looked after.
So here is actually something very interesting that you brought up, and I don't know a lot of people outside of us who do this. How important do you rate in the ownership experience? How important do you rate reading the owner's manual?
Very. You know, when I bought the Venue was my first new car. And in 2008, I bought my first brand new motorcycle, which was the FZ. And the amount of happiness I got out of getting that paperwork, getting an owner's manual, you know, everything I could recommend, I could see what the manufacturer recommends. When I'm riding faster, should I be doing it now? What is a run-in? Reading about it. I personally believe that the owner's manual is a vital thing in the life of a car. Because if you consult the owner's manual, basic I am saying, you know everything about that car. Especially the service schedule. It clearly mentions what to do, what not to do. This is also another way where you can stop getting fleeced. There is a very little chance that a timing belt or something like that will go at a very early stage in the life of a car. If your car has been well looked after, again, if it is well looked after. So if your service center is saying, sir, करवाने से अच्छा रहेगा, से कि हमको कराने का जरूरत.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that service center people are there to do a business. For every part they sell, every bit of work they do, they are getting paid for it. And just like it is there in a lot of other industries, I can say medical, it is just billing it up. They are there to do a business. It's harmless as long as you are willing to pay. Because कुछ खराब नहीं होने वाला. If they change the fan belt of the car, it's nothing wrong. I mean, it's not going to harm you. Okay, you should be willing to pay for it. Also, the cost. Exorbitant cost. For what joy? For the first 3 years I owned a car, my service never exceeded 5,000. I'm saying 5,000 is like when all the bells and whistles change.
What are you getting done for 5,000 rupees?
So for 5,000 bucks, you get the engine oil, you get the oil filter, you get the air filter, AC filter is being cleaned, your wheels are being aligned, and every time they will do some nook and cranny. Like one year they told me your AC needs a particular, like a filter spray or something like that. Sir, that will be 150 bucks. Should I put it? And then you think, यार 150 रुपए के लिए क्या सोचने का? लगा दे. Like this year I was said ki my cross member needs to be greased. I said, okay, do it. How much? $900. Kar de. You know, so that's fine, no problem.
Just
But-
to grease your cross member, you paid $900.
So that's for the grease alone. That's for the grease alone, not the labor. The labor comes separate. Right? So, now the problem here, which I want to talk about, is that should you do this at an authorized service center?
Yeah, and
Or-
I think here this is where Rahul and I will now split into two different directions because
Yeah.
Rahul is a firm believer of authorized dealerships and I'm a firm disbeliever.
Yeah. So, the first thing which I want to talk about is that why do you send a car to the authorized service center
Outside of your warranty.
outside of your warranty? Like my car is not in warranty.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Hyundai anymore, or Maruti anymore, or Ford or whatever. I don't care. So, why am I sending the car there? I'm sending the car there because in the past 4 years, the car has gone to the same service center. The same people have called me. They've given me reminders, which I really appreciate. That every year at this point, roughly around this time, I get a call. They're very courteous. They pick up the car from office. And this is all without making any calls.
So does Raj.
Yeah, I know. But then the car is taken away. Car goes, all the work is done. There's immediately a WhatsApp group which is being created. They're asking me questions. Should I do this? Should I do that? Listen, this is what has happened. We are changing your engine oil. Have a look at this. Are you fine with this? We have washed the car. Send interior pictures, exterior pictures.
This happens every time.
Every time.
Okay.
Every time. And being a nerd,
If you are a new car customer, also do write in the comments
Yeah.
if you also have a similar experience.
so I really enjoy that fact. And also the fact that generally the car goes in the morning and comes back in the night. Sometimes it has so happened that the car has been picked up in the evening. Maybe I am traveling or something. I know that the car is parked well at a place where, like, it's a authorized service center. कुछ झंझट नहीं होगा, पुलिस का लफड़ा नहीं होगा, कुछ नहीं होगा. I know, I also think about those things. It's properly parked, covered, whatever. And the car is there, happy, comes back happy, and I have really, really enjoyed the service in the past 4 years. I have really enjoyed the experience. And when it came to billing, it was not a problem. I think $5,000 for a car like that is fine. In a year. I'm talking about a year.
Yeah, that's your AMC kind of.
It's like ठीक है यार, मतलब 5,000 रुपए तो आज के ज़माने में लगेगा, ऐसा आधा तो GST ले जाता है. तो that's okay. $5,000 is okay. But the problem arises when something goes wrong. And the reaction which comes from the other side.
हाँ.
I didn't expect that. Sir, आपका ये हो गया, आप insurance claim कर लो. Why should I claim my insurance? And listen to me very carefully. If something happens at the service center, you are not responsible for it.
Is that legal?
Yes, of course. As long as the car is... they make you sign a document which says कि if you have a pick-up drop service, something happens there, we are not responsible. Accident हो ही सकता है. So that is there. But once the car reaches them, and that is why when the WhatsApp group comes, it says we have received your car. That very moment, the car becomes their responsibility.
So this pickup drop service.
It's a dicey proposition. No doubt about it. But 90% of the times I have seen with multiple
90%
brands,
is not good enough.
Yeah, 90% of the times I have seen that this is the strongest part of the experience. In the sense that the drivers who come, I have tried multiple brands, they are very good, they are very caring. Only once I have had a problem in so many years of car ownership, where it was my new car, and actually it was not the driver's fault, it was the service center fault again. The driver is just supposed to get into your car and drive it to the destination provided to him. Right?
Correct.
My Jimny came back in 4x4 low. And the driver had no idea of it. उसको पता भी नहीं था वो second lever किस लिए है. He was just driving. He just said कि सर गाड़ी ठीक नहीं लग
How far
रही.
was the dealership from your house?
8 kilometers. 4x4 लो पे गाड़ी आई थी. So
उसको एक बार लगा भी नहीं
no, because he's a nice guy. He's driven the car very carefully, so much so that he wiped his feet before he got into the car, so that the car is not affected. क्योंकि साफ सफाई करके दिया है गाड़ी. अब जिसने भी गाड़ी को ग्रीसिंग किया था 4x4 सिस्टम को, he forgot to shift it into 2-wheel drive. It is not the driver's fault. So again, I am not going to say that the drivers are at
Yeah, I
fault.
would never do this.
I always do that.
I would never.
I always do that. I have been doing this for the past so many years. And drivers, I have immense trust on. It's when that car
Do
reaches
you know
somewhere.
them?
Some of them, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I know them. Thanks to my memory of names. I don't remember the names, but I remember their faces. Even yesterday, who had come to pick up the car, he had come to pick up the car last year also. I know him by face. And he knew. He said, sir, आप ऑफिस में हैं या घर में हैं? He didn't ask me whether where my
Where I
office
have to
is
be,
or where
yeah.
my home is. He knows. राहुल सर का घर है, वो उधर घर जाके गाड़ी पिकअप कर लो. तो वो घर जाके पिकअप करने गया था. फिर मैं कह रहा नहीं, मैं तो ऑफिस में हूँ. अरे सर, मैं तो आपके घर आ गया था. अच्छा कोई बात नहीं, मैं आ रहा हूँ ऑफिस. आधा घंटा टाइम लगेगा. हाँ ठीक है, दैट्स ओके. वो उड़ के तो आएगा नहीं. आया आधा घंटे में, देखा तो था उधर, गाड़ी लेके गया वो. सो दैट्स अ गुड थिंग. बट द टेक अवे इज दैट डोंट ट्रस्ट service centers blindly. Like for the past 2 years, my service center has been telling me that my car needs a new battery. Every year it goes, they say that battery change कराओ, weak है. मेरा गाड़ी चलता कम है. And that is why the battery shows
The charge
weak.
cycle is
Charge
low.
cycle. But the moment it starts up, the alternator charges it up. I don't have any problem. And guys, whatever comes from the factory is a different quality. You will see that the battery especially, they will last a minimum of 5 years. A minimum of 5 years.
Factory battery.
Factory battery. The moment you change that battery, 2 years. 3 at the most.
3, I think, is the
Is
warranty.
the upper half. Is the 3 year? नहीं. 2 year is normal. उसके बाद pro rata.
Okay.
Any battery. Any battery. Most
I
of
think
them.
Amaran was doing 3
हाँ, वो
years.
पहले था. वो टिंग टिंग टिंग. No questions asked. That is
Yeah.
a different story. वो सब गया. My bike batteries, I replace them every 2 years. But the first one which came with the motorcycle lasted the longest.
That's
They
always
have-
the case, I guess.
Yes, yes. With the car also. I don't want to change my battery. I know कि इसको change करूँगा तो दूसरा every 2 years I have to change.
Yeah.
अब 5 साल से वो बैटरी चल रहा है, अभी भी it's going strong.
Yeah.
It's still strong. It's never, when you crank the car, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
What is its state of
so,
charge, yeah.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. कभी भी लाइट नहीं आया, ऑल्टरनेटर लाइट नहीं आया या something like that. So it's fine. Why should I change it? Just because one guy wants to make money? No, sorry. That's not happening.
But these are the things that, see, this is again, your know-how, you can apply it. You've read the owner's manual, you have years of experience in the field. Is this something that customers across the board are facing? We've
Yes.
had colleagues from within our organization
Yes.
come up to us recently.
Yes.
They've also faced issues. So my question to you is, does the OEM service center still hold the position of trust that it used to
No.
hold?
No.
Or for as far as I'm concerned, like I would rather send it to somebody who I know personally
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not?
to get things done, because
Like going forward, I think one of my cars is going to a unauthorized service center. Because of the simple fact that
which one?
because of the simple fact that I can see what is happening. Right? Even like
And even if I don't see what is happening, I know that he has said that he's going to do this.
okay, let's do this for the readers, for
Okay.
the viewers and everybody. What is a service?
A service is a scheduled maintenance.
Great.
Let's.
What happens in a service?
So, depending on where you are at in the ownership hierarchy, usually it's an oil change, your filters change, they check your battery, they clean your car, they clean the insides,
Wheel alignment, wheel balancing.
wheel alignment, wheel balancing.
For India, it is very vital because of the condition of roads
yeah,
you drive on.
because they're constantly being battered, and
That's it.
that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Nothing else is required for your car unless you develop a snag in the car. And with modern day cars, nothing of that sort happens.
Correct.
Even the filters are not replaced. Apart from the oil filter, the air and the AC filter does not require replacement every service.
Yeah.
Again, it comes with an eye. Inspect and replace if necessary. So you have to be proactive if you want to save your car, if you want to
Save your car, save
and
your
money,
money. Yeah.
and save your money. And you're talking about outside, getting it serviced, cleaned, repaired, outside.
Okay, tell me something.
I've had horror stories outside also.
Tell me something. From how difficult is it for an outside dealership to get OEM parts?
Very, very good question. Certain brands like Maruti Suzuki, Hyundai are very proactive. Okay? I'll mention a non-OEM brand today. I've been following them.
So what is the law? I think
There's no law.
Britain has a law of
बाहर
a
का
right to
अलग बात है,
repair.
हाँ. Yes, of course. India doesn't
Whether
have that.
US doesn't. The US
US you can take it anywhere and get it repaired.
no. US doesn't have a right to repair law, so there the OEM can control the flow of parts, saying that
No.
you do not
US
have
is
the right to repair your car.
Bro, my elder brother is in the US. He's got 2 cars there. He's got a XC90 and a BMW 3 Series. His BMW 3 Series was an old car. He bought it used in his college days and all that. He never took it to a authorized service center. One day he took it to. He said the service cost is incredible. I cannot afford
this is
it.
for consumables. You're talking about oil filters.
No. I'm
et cetera,
talking about
et cetera.
parts. Like he had to change brakes, calipers. Everything is available. Especially there's a change called O'Reilly's. They are very, very famous.
But those are not OEM parts.
Yeah, OEM parts.
No.
I mean, you go there, you get like if you have a Lumax ka light,
Exactly.
तो Lumax ka light मिलेगा
But
उधर.
it's not a Maruti Lumax.
It's
for
not a Maruti
example.
Lumax.
Example.
But it will fit your car.
Still not technically an OEM
It's
part.
not technically.
Okay.
No.
Let's also do this. What is the difference between an OEM part and a free market part?
See, OEM parts will not void warranty first and foremost. That is the biggest problem we face because कुछ भी होता है हमें सिर्फ वारंटी का चला रहता है. And especially with electric cars now, with lifetime warranties and things like that, you dare not touch anything
Electric
outside
cars,
of the box.
How do you service an electric car?
Well,
You
there's
not?
nothing. I mean, there is. They take it and give it a wash, brake parts,
There'll
brake
be-
oil.
If you are an EV owner and you've been driving your car for say 10,000 kilometers, hit us up in the comments and tell us.
We want to know that what they did for your service.
Yeah, whether
I'm sure
you've-
there will be a service here.
Whether you've been for a service yet, what happened in the service? If you are somebody with a service history and
Yes.
you know,
You want to talk about it.
Yeah, about it from the service
really want to
perspective.
hear
Yeah,
you. We really
we'd
want to
love
hear.
to hear what happens.
Yeah. So coming back to this whole question of whether to take it outside or take it.
No. So, does the law in India have a right to repair? Are you?
No. There is no such
OEMs
law.
required to sell their OEM parts in
They
the
are
free
not.
market?
No, they are not. They are trying to do a lot of changes in the methodology of parts availability, especially body parts. But essentially, no. There is no such rule. So certain manufacturers like Maruti, Hyundai, they are very proactive. You put in a place in an order with, like say today, if I want a fender for my Jimny, Raj can just put in an order, he'll get a part,
Correct.
right? But Volkswagen, I don't think
Does
this. Volkswagen doesn't give parts. Ford, I don't remember. Ford also never used to have parts, but once Ford went away from India, the parts came into the market automatically.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of these Ford cars are still running around, especially the Endeavours and all that. They're doing good on the Indian roads because there is parts available.
Because that pressure from the OEM
It
to
has
not
gone. Right.
release the parts into the free market has been.
So nothing like that. But I want to tell.
Also an interesting thing. What happens when say you brought up Ford, what happens when the OEM leaves And does that mean you will not get parts for your car? And what
No.
are they
There's a
liable
rule
to
for
give
that.
you?
No.
Yes, I was.
So if for every product launched in India, you have to provide a service and spare availability for a minimum of the lifetime of the vehicle, which is
And-
15 years. Ford went away. Do you remember the transition of Ford stepping out of the country? Ford stepped out of the country. Ford service did not. Ford service still exists. Most importantly, they started advertising that we are there for you. Why? Because there's a law. You cannot just pick up your.
Yeah, 7 years
Yeah.
after you exit, you
yeah.
have to provide
Yeah.
service backup.
So that's why you remember the ads, beautiful ads which came along. I remember that Ford ad where this old gentleman is being showcased having a Figo. The Figo was parked on the side. Son owns a Endeavor or something like that, and father's Figo is lying there not being driven. So suddenly the son thinks, okay, let me give him a surprise. Gets his car, serviced, clean, spick and span, and gifts him it on Diwali or something like that. So why did they do that? Just to say that we are there. That is a law, and they did a. I think Ford
Opel
did.
also did it.
No.
Opel also was.
No.
Yeah.
It was there, but it was not like Ford made it very evident that, like Vikrant had a EcoSport. He drove the EcoSport long after Ford had gone, because he said, problem to hai nahi. Eventually he thought, okay, now the car is like 8-9 years old or 10 years old, whatever it was.
Let me swap
And he
it
said, it's anyways time to change. So why not sell it off? And he sold it off. But till the ownership, he never complained कि parts नहीं मिल रहा है or something.
Correct.
So that's how you do it. Now comes the question of your OEM versus non-OEM. It started long time back by a gentleman called Jagdish Khattar. He started one of the first really serious automotive ventures where multi-car service brand could be provided. He was the first one who made it like a official thing, Carnation. I remember the name. His venture was
I
called
was just
Carnation.
about to ask you.
And he did this with the idea that anybody who is not happy with OEM or doesn't want to take it to an OEM should come to me. And it was a novel idea. But at that point of time, India was not so ready for that. It was a idea way ahead of its time. And today, you think about it, Carnation is no longer operational, I think. I mean, I have never seen any more stores, even after he passed away. But his idea was legend. And today, when I see other young fellows, like I'm a big fan of this. It actually started as a YouTube channel. Two brothers in Pune, Brotomotive. Two brothers, they started making videos around car service, and I genuinely like car painting and all that. I think their organization is called Brotomotive. And they started talking about quality. They started talking about parts availability, about paint process, which nobody takes care of. I have not seen people taking that much care in general. I'm not talking about people like Raj or a Tutu sir. Tutu sir, by the way, is Tutu Dhawan. I'm not talking about people like them. They do. When Tutu sir repaired my Vespa, my 1965 Vespa, that paint is now 10-12 years old. It still looks brand new.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of pre-paint process which is required to have a paint stick to your plastic body, especially.
Yeah.
Metal तो फिर भी पकड़ लेता है. Plastic, you will see a lot of these cars roaming around with flaky bumpers. Why?
Because the plastic.
It's not, pre-paint has not been done carefully. So that's why when I see this automotive chaps talking about quality, I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy to, acknowledge that. And people should experience that. Why? Yaar, ek baat bata. Are you aware that all these authorized service centers are actually franchise outlets?
Yes. Thank you.
They are not authorized. They are authorized because they are paying for it. Tomorrow, if my dealership doesn't pay for its
License.
license, it's not going to be authorized. But फिर मैं 5 साल से उसके पास जा रहा है ना, अच्छा काम है ना, तो मैं
No,
जाऊँ उसी के
but
पास जाएगा.
what is the OEM's involvement level in an authorized service center? What do they have to ensure?
So they ensure a certain amount of transparency. They do.
Okay.
There are rules and regulations which the company creates and the service center has to follow. They cannot, run away from it. Like today, if I tell Raj कि अरे राज आपने मुझे WhatsApp क्यों नहीं किया? बोले अरे कर दिया ना मैंने तेरा गाड़ी, क्या टेंशन है? And I trust him. I blindly trust someone like Raj. I took my brand new Jimny to Raj to get the snorkel fitted. Why? Because I trust him. I know whatever he'll do, he will do it in the best of possibility. But then do not expect Raj to send you WhatsApp texts.
He does
कि
usually.
मतलब लग गया तो आजा तू गाड़ी ले जा. That kind of.
No. Raj, when he rebuilt the engine on my Swift, the entire process he documented.
Again, I mean, with someone like Raj, do I need it? No.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
I don't need it.
I will trust him blindly. Even Tutu sir. I
Same.
will trust him blindly. कि सर आप मुझे बताओ कि इसमें क्या है. You are gurus. You know way over what I know.
Yeah.
So let's not question the gurus. I am trusting you. Similarly, I am trusting an OEM service center. The key takeaway to this is very simple. That you have to use your own brains. Don't just go and get into this trap of OEM versus whatever. A good OEM service center can be very good. It can be 10 times better than
But how do you know?
because of the
That's
experience.
Russian roulette.
No, when you go there, when you go to
So,
drop off your car, when you pick up your car,
Any random dealership versus a outside service center that where you know the person.
outside service center where I know the person.
That I think that is the crux of the takeaway. That,
As long as my car is not under warranty.
but okay,
Don't make
now
that
here's-
mistake. Huh.
Here's let's sum this up at the second question. You don't know the outside person, authorized service center.
Authorized service center.
Now that is where I think the crux, key takeaway of today's conversation comes in.
Yes.
Because this entire process is a trust-based process.
Yes.
Okay. And if you don't trust where you're at, you should probably go where there is some plausible.
So it's either you're trusting the company or you're trusting the person you know.
Exactly. Where
Take a
there
pick.
is some plausible oversight, where somebody is there to take care of you in case you don't know anybody,
Yeah.
or you don't have the technical know-how to check
Yes.
back.
Yes.
Where you can go back and write a mail to your OEM and say that this was the dealership that I worked with and this was the result that I got. I don't know how to fix it. You please intervene.
Help me out on this. Yes.
Yes. Quickly before we wrap, what are the things that you should do and not do when you're taking your car from a service center, an authorized service center, obviously? Like I think this morning when we were driving to work, you told me a very critical one, that do not take the car from the dealership. I know a lot of us, when we reach the dealership, we have discussed this multiple times, that most of us, when we include these processes in our day, we are already in a rush.
Yes.
We've reached the dealership, the car is not exactly where we want it to be, but we've taken it and gone to work because
Because
we'll
we're
deal
getting
with it.
late
Yeah.
or whatever. First thing to do is, if you find a problem with the car, do not take the car out of the service center. The moment the car steps out of the service center, it is in the big bad world, and the service center has every right to say, ये तो उस time पे नहीं हुआ था. It might be a scrape on the bumper, it might be a cracked windscreen, it might be some work which is still pending, it might be a part missing. I've had notions where my motorcycle has gone for service and it has come back without a toolkit. It was my fault. I didn't check it there. So when I came back and called them back that the boss, इसमें तो toolkit था ही नहीं, हमने तो लिया ही नहीं, वो तो उसके नीचे था ही नहीं, अब क्या करोगे तुम?
So photograph everything before you.
Yes. It is the best solution. You take pictures when the car go in. Actually, most authorized service centers automatically do that and send it to you.
But
And the
as a
recent case has
preemptive
also
process-
been, yes, the recent case has also been the same, where their pictures did not have that damage. Their pictures did not have that damage.
Yeah.
They sent it to me. Their person picked up, took the pictures, sent it to me.
Correct.
So I said, इसमें तो था नहीं. So you have your proof. Either you create your own proof, save yourself, or let trust on others. Simple.
Yep.
Don't take your car out. Don't let it go without a written documentation.
Correct.
Written has to be there by the service and stamped. I have had stories where people have said, "यार ये तो कोई भी लिख
And
सकता है."
visually, what are the things that you should check?
Oh, more than visually, the first thing is check your car for components, things which you had in the car.
Toolkit, spare wheel,
jack handle,
inflator.
glove box ke papers, mobile stands which you might have fitted, some cables, etc. Although they try their best to empty the car as much as possible before they take it, but sometimes subwoofer hota hai. Like if they are rotating tires, they have to take the subwoofer out. If you have a tail subwoofer in the boot, like my car has. So you have to remove it to take the spare wheel out. अब बाहर रख दिया, आके तुम्हें गाड़ी दे दिया, तब तो तुमने गाना सुना नहीं. फिर अगले दिन तुम जब बोलोगे वो बोल ही सकता है कि मेरे पास तो था ही नहीं गाड़ी, आपने चेक क्यों नहीं किया.
Exactly.
So these are things, basic elements which you do. And then comes mechanical bits. If your car has come back from service, check oil change हुआ है कि नहीं. How to change? Check it, very simple. There's a dipstick under the bonnet, pull it out. If it's golden oil, job done. If it's black oil, it's not been changed.
Yeah. Wipe it once.
Wipe it once,
Put it
try
back
it
in.
again, try it again. देख अगर नया ऑयल है तो खींचेगा तो पता पड़ जाएगा. एक शॉट में पता पड़ता.
I mean, the dipstick could have a little
चल,
residual oil
benefit
from-
of doubt, फिर से कर लो. Wipe it off, put it in again, check it. Simple. It's as simple as that. Basic elements. And then if you have any damage in the car, it has to be documented.
in
It
the
has to
before and after photographs.
be. Yes. And most of them help you out. Let me tell you. I've had horror stories where car has fallen off ramps and all that. गाड़ी रिप्लेस करके दिया. रिप्लेस करके दिया गाड़ी. ऐसा हुआ है. गाड़ी में वारंटी में प्रॉब्लम हुआ है, गाड़ी रिप्लेस हुआ है. It has happened. So it's okay. They're not out to. Manufacturers are not out to fleece
It's
you.
not the manufacturers because again, as you said, they're franchisees.
और कितना दिखेगा?
Sub businesses around
कितना
the
दिखेगा तुम?
business.
तुम्हारे 1500 सर्विस सेंटर है. तुम कहाँ कहाँ घूमोगे?
I mean, yeah, it is very difficult to.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. But trust करो, अच्छा है. I would say. Still I would say that you should have that.
OEM
Yes.
experience.
Yes, I
so
love
since
it.
Since you have the consensus on it, I'll let you sign off. Give the final word to the viewers.
Definitely don't take your car for service outside if it's under warranty. If you have an electric car, be very careful what you do and where you do. Simple things can void your warranty, and that will be like you'll be sitting with a very heavy paperweight at your home. So don't do that. Basic, I think, stuff like your wheel alignment, balancing, etc. can be done outside of OEM. Tires you can buy outside of OEM. There's no point in going to an OEM. Batteries you can buy out of OEM. Don't spend your money at OEM with these parts because you will get better deals outside at authorized battery stores, authorized tire shops. तो इसमें वारंटी नहीं जाता. So if you've done 2 years on your car and you've done your 50,000-60,000 kilometers, you don't need to go back to the dealership service center to get tires. बाहर से ले लो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. But in general, I would still bat for the authorized service centers.
So use your mind, but when all else fails, you can a reliable backup plan is the OEM service center.
मतलब ठीक है. It's like we spoke at length about Raj. I would send a Raj, a brand new car to Raj also.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I would. You probably.
No. I'll just be worried about the warranty which you will be not. So that's the catch. So, rest, I guess, everything is fine. And do tell us your horror stories.
Yeah.
If you had experiences,
We'll
good
do
or
a
bad.
part 2 on this with
We
just stories
With
about
just stories.
people,
We'll talk about your stories. We'll read them out. Whatever messages you send us.
The reason that this podcast is short is that we get to to hear from you guys. And the next one that we do will be all about the stories
Yeah,
and how
we'll read these
to
stories.
deal with each of them.
Yes, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So that's it from us. We're signing off.